Hey guys, this is Judy from Judinka Nail Art, and today I have another fun tag video for you. I was watching some videos recently on YouTube and I came across Sara Rosa 77, and she had something that's called a nail stamping tag, and I thought it's a different kind of video. I don't really do tags very often and I'm still new to YouTube, so I just decided that just for a change I will do this fun tag. I will link all the information about Sara Rosa 77 and all the people who actually created this tag in the description box below. Feel free to do this tag. I don't really know how to tag people yet, so I'm tagging all of you. And just before I start answering the questions, I would like to thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and also please like my video. Now I will jump into this nail stamping tag. Alright, so the first question is, how did you know about this technique? I didn't know about this technique until like 4 or 5 years ago when I was watching some show and there was a commercial where they were actually showing this stamping plate. It was one of those as seen on TV commercials, and that was the first time when I actually learned that there is something like stamping technique for your nails. At that time I'm still a nail biter, but at that time I was really biting my nails like bad. So discovering stamping helped me to get where I am right now, and also it's one of my favorite techniques ever since, so I would prefer stamping on my nails rather than nail vinyls or water decals, or just hand-free painting. What was your first stamping plate? I actually went on a hunt for this stamping plate from the as seen on TV, and it was from the Salon Express brand. Those were my very first stamping plates, and I didn't know how to get them work, so it took me a while, but again, thanks to that I discovered YouTube, and I also discovered some people who inspired me with the stamping nail art. What was your first stamper? So I already showed you my stamper. This was the stamper that was actually in that set. As you can see, it's a double-sided stamper and it's really hard actually. You see, it's like really hard. I don't even know how I stamped with this one. And of course, after watching some videos on YouTube, I came across Conad. I think at that time that was more or less the only company that had something like this. So this is my second stamper, technically my first stamper, because I couldn't really get the other one worked, I think, and I used this one for the longest time, so this is my good old stamper. Okay, next question is, which stamper scraper do you like the most? Well, definitely my most used and abused stamper is from Acrylic Nails. I like how squishy it is, it really fits perfectly my nails, so this is the one I use the most, and I would absolutely recommend it to all of you guys. I think this is a must-have, and I have this one in 3 different colors. I have it in pink one as well and a white one. And I also love my Creative Shop stamper. I remember I ordered it, oh my gosh, when it was like, your wait time was like 4 or 5 weeks to get it, because they were shipped from Russia and there were only few distributors in the US at that time. As you can see, this one has like a pink tint to it because I used one of the Mundo de Uñas stamping polishes, and it gave this little blush to my stamper. But yeah, definitely this is a really good stamper and I love it very much. And I also cannot say enough good words about this stamper. This one is from Born Pretty store, and this is actually a dual-ended stamper, as you can see. And again, I like the squishiness of this one. You see the larger side is really big, so they are squishy enough. This one is like semi-squishy, so it's not like completely squishy, but it picks up the images nicely and it's very easy to work with it. Even the weight of this is really nice, so it's not too heavy, neither too light, so it's really easy to, you know, manipulate it and transfer the images on your nails. So if I would recommend the stamper, if you are not picky, then I would go with the Fab Your Nails one. And when it comes to the scrapers, I don't have any scraper that I would like use. I have like 20-25 different scrapers, so I just kind of rotate them. I like the Beloved Plates ones. The Bundle Monster ones are quite good. Also the one that came with that double-ended stamper from Born Pretty store. So I have really no preference. They more or less work the same for me. Number 5. What was your first nail stamping design? I'm positive it was one of the Salon Express images on my nails. I will try to see if I can find some older pictures from like 4 or 5 years ago. If I do, I will insert them. I don't really remember it. How was your experience stamping for the first time? So I already touched base on this. As I said, I did see a commercial on the stamping plate and I found it. I think it was at Rite Aid. And I came home and I started, you know, playing with it. At the time I didn't have any stamping polishes, I just had my regular polishes. And I just could not figure out how to transfer the image from the plate onto the stamper and then onto your nail. So after several tries, I got really frustrated, and then I just decided, okay, that's it, I'm going on YouTube. So I googled, you know, like nail art plates or nail art stamping on something in that sense, and I came across So Guess What 11, who was at that time making videos and reviews on the stamping plates. So she was the one who showed me actually how to do it. I learned a lot from her, and she was actually one of my inspirations. I'm not really sure if she's making any more videos or not. And then of course I came across other ladies who were doing the same thing. But yeah, it was definitely a struggle at the beginning, and it took me a little while. I just play around, watch some videos, and just try to learn from them, and then practice. Number 7, and it says, do you know how many stamping plates do you have? No, I don't. I'm guessing around 1200. I'm really not sure. 4 or 5 of the big blue binders. I have another 5 of the regular black binders, and I have plates in like their own folders, binders. So yeah, I think it's at least 1200, 1300 stamping plates definitely. What is your favorite polish to stamp? Now, it's a tricky question because I do have stamping polishes from Mundo de Uñas, I do have Born Pretty store, Bundle Monster, I also have Beloved Plates, stamping polishes, and I do think they are all great. It all comes to your preference, it all comes to if you are sensitive to the smell. For example, the Born Pretty store ones and the Mundo de Uñas ones, they have a really strong nail polish smell to them, and some people really don't like that. On the other hand, Belov's plate, those are stamping very nice, they have almost no smell to them. You have a, oh my gosh, you have like a ginormous number of colors that you can choose from. So I don't have a favorite stamping polish maker. I do love them all, at least the ones I own. So it all comes to your personal preference. And I think if you're someone who doesn't like the strong smell, then I would avoid the Mundo de Uñas ones and the Born Pretty Store ones. And definitely the Belov's plates, stamping polishes, they are great price, great customer service, they stamp beautifully, they have hardly any smell to them. So if these are your preferences, then I would say Belov's plates. Otherwise, I would probably say Born Pretty Store. They have the cheapest ones and they stamp great. Which nail polishes do you use the most to stamp? Again, all of those brands I mentioned, mostly Mundo de Uñas and the Born Pretty Store ones, and I really like the different color options from Belov's plates. I also have some stamping polishes from Moyu London, and the Bundle Monster ones are actually quite nice too. So yeah, probably those. And I also tried like regular stamping, regular nail polish for stamping. China Glaze has good ones, Bonita has good ones, Orly has good ones that work for me. Revlon is a must-have if you can't afford any extra stamping polishes. Most of the Revlon nail polishes have great stamping features. Next question is, how do you clean your stamping plate? I always clean my stamping plates with let me see, with something like this. It's like a lint-free, I don't even know, like a lint-free pad. I get these at drugstore. It's usually something like this, like Studio 35 Beauty Premium Cotton Squares, something like this. I use acetone. I tried regular nail polish remover, but that doesn't work for me. So definitely for my stamping plate, acetone and those squares, those are the best. Okay, so the next question is, how or where do you store your plates? I find that the best way for me to store my plates are the Bundle Monster stamping plate holders. I do have the black one. I'm sure you've seen it before. I will just open it for you real quick. That's for the circle stamping plates. You can fit 2 on each side and they hold there, they don't go anywhere. Love this large stamping plate holder. I like this color, the blue one. And again, just to show you, it's like each sleeve holds 2 of these larger plates, and they fit both the Bundle Monster plate and my Moyu London plates as well. Some of the plates come in, you know, like their own packaging, like Pauline likes to do that. Also in stuff like this. So the ones that come in their original folders, I just leave them as they are. How I store them. I'm running out of space, I'm not gonna lie. It's getting more and more difficult for me to store my stamping polishes and stamping plates, but I'm trying, so I'm trying to stay organized as much as I can. Have you stamped on acrylic nails? No. I used to have acrylic nails because, as I mentioned earlier, I am a nail biter. I'm still biting my nails, so anytime you see that my cuticles are a little bit drier and not really nice looking, that was probably me. But the answer is no. I never stamped on acrylic nails. I don't wear acrylic nails, so I didn't really have a chance to do so. Do you like to try different nail stamping polishes? Yes, I do. I like the options. I like that different companies come out with different colors. So yeah, definitely. Every time when I see that there is a new collection or new set of stamping polishes, I always fall for it. So yep. Do you like to use different stampers? At the beginning, I was trying to find the stamper that I like. So I was trying out a lot of stampers. Right now I am really happy with my Fab Your Nails stamper that I showed you before, and technically those three that I showed you, those are the ones that I kinda rotate. I also like the Belov's Plate Jumbo, I think she calls it Turtle or Turbo stamper. Okay, the next question is, why do you use different stampers? I think sometimes it's like a hit and miss with certain stamping plates. Some stampers just don't work, some stampers don't pick up certain stamping polishes or regular polishes. I was doing some review, I think it was on one of the Puin stamping plates, and I was trying and nothing was working. And at the end, by the end of the video or by the end of the review, I decided to switch stampers, and I found out that, oh, okay, this time it was the stamper, it wasn't the stamping plate or the stamping polishes. So you never seen that video because I never posted it, and I'm thinking about redoing it, because definitely that was the time when I learned that not all stampers work the same on every stamping plate or with every polish that you use for nail art. What do you use to remove your manicures? I'm using nail polish remover. That's something that I'm kinda used to. I know I shouldn't be using these, but I really like, you know, regular cotton ball. Nothing wrong about it. Even when I'm swatching, I do prefer just the cotton balls and nail polish remover. I go through a lot again, especially when I'm in my swatching mood. How often do you stamp on your nails? I used to stamp at least once a week. I do have an Instagram account, so what I tend to do is to sit down one day, one afternoon after work, and just create a bunch of manicures. What I tend to do is I apply nail polish on my nails, and 2-3 days later, when I have time, that's when I stamp on my nails. That way I can avoid any smearing, any, you know, destroying my nail polish, having to redo my nails. So all in all, I would say the answer is at least once a week. If it comes to, in general, like Instagram, then I would say it's like 3-4 manicures a week. Alright, I have 2 more questions left in this tag. So what you don't like about nail art stamping? I think probably if your nail polish is not dry enough, you can destroy your entire manicure, and sometimes you have to completely redo the entire manicure, especially if you're on your like last nail when it happens. That sucks. And also that it can get a little bit messy. So luckily, you know, there is liquid latex, cleanup is easier. Also, sometimes when you're applying the top coat, you can still smear the image. So that's kind of a bummer when, you know, you're already done with everything and now you're at the last stroke, and that's when it happens. That can drive me crazy sometimes, but again, what can we do? So these are probably small things, but I think it's absolutely worth it. So I would have to say that stamping is my most favorite nail art technique, and I like it the most. And the last question, How do you consider yourself in this technique? A beginner, advanced knowledge, or expert? I would say advanced knowledge. I don't think I'm an expert. I still would like to learn the reverse stamping technique. That's something that I would like to try. Unfortunately, I just don't have time right now for anything. So this is something that I would like to, one day be able to sit down and just really play with it all day. I also would like to learn more about how to create the decals that people do. If you saw my previous videos, you know that I have these mats, so I was trying that, but I just don't have enough patience right now and time to really sit and wait for the decals to be ready and dry enough. So I would say I'm advanced, but there are techniques that I haven't tried yet and I would love to. I just don't have the time for it right now. Alright guys, so if you survived this video and you're still sitting here, then I would like to thank you so much for being here. I'm sure this is a very long video right now. I just really wanted to, give you some insights. If you have any questions about stamping nail art, where to get supplies, how long it took me to build up my collection, and things like that, please feel free to ask. Well, I have to say that the companies are getting better and better. I have hardly ever any problems with picking up the images, and again, sometimes it's a hit or miss, sometimes it's like you have to try what is working with what. So don't give up, practice. That's the best advice I can give you at the end of this video. And again, if you would like to do this tag, then please feel free. And if you do, then just let me know. I'm curious, what is your experience with stamping in general, what you like, what you dislike about stamping and stamping nail art. And yeah, that's it from me for now. So thank you so much again for being here, and I talk to you all soon. Bye bye.